Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Monsters of California. A movie, definitely a movie. It feels like a TV show, but it is a movie about monsters in Southern California. I'm not aware of a lot of urban tales in California, but I'm sure some exist. This is the directorial debut of Tom DeLonge, Blink 182, Angels and Airwaves. He's in Blink 182, so this is a guy who's coming out of the music scene. Could be okay. I don't know, man. I really liked what's his face, Rob Zombie. I love his music. I hate his movies. His movies, I don't think are good. I don't think he knows how to direct a movie. It's kind of a different animal. That's not to say it can't be done. I'm not knocking a movie. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 8. About monsters in southern New Jersey. Okay. So it's about a kid who is into the supernatural, UFOs, and monsters. And his father, I guess he died working for a government agency. And I don't know, I guess he's got an angry stepdad, and the government agency is still in operation, and they're trying to find out things about ghosts and monsters, and they've got this classified thing. And then, I don't know, there's a scene with this dude who's in a lot of movies. He's a character actor who worked with his dad in a secret government agency that doesn't exist. So it's all about that, conspiracies, and then I don't know, he figures some out, and something with a UFO, I guess. Here they get rid of a bomb, I don't know. And then there's a girl involved, because there's always a girl, and a bunch of other characters who are like, hey, look out, I'm part of this. And then at the end of the odd thing is it felt pretty wholesome up until the end, where one of the characters cursed, which I'm not against it. It kind of fit with the movie, but it felt, that cursing at the end felt wrong for what I had seen up until that point. So I think that's a real mistake on his part, but he's a new director, so has he directed anything before? Maybe he should have tackled a short film, at least a couple of short films, before you went right to this. But I assume he has lots of money. I don't know any of the actors. A film by Tom DeLonge. DeLonge? Is there a screenwriting credit? No, not seeing a screenwriting credit here. Am I missing it? I have to assume Tom, then? You don't even have a screenwriting credit. That doesn't bode well. That doesn't bode well at all. There's no screenwriter on this? With Casper Van Dyne and Richard Kind. I think that actor is Richard Kind. Would make sense. It's with him. I don't think he's a main character. No screenwriting credit. I think that's a bad sign. He didn't even give himself a screenwriting credit. Not a writing credit, written and directed by Tom DeLonge. DeLonge. Let's see what they say in the write-up here. Directorial debut of Tom DeLonge, Blink 182, Angels and Airwaves. Monsters of California follows teenager Dallas Edwards and his misfit friends as they attempt to unearth answers to a series of mysterious paranormal events happening around Southern California. As they peel back the layers on this onion of the unexplainable, they unravel the extraordinary secrets that held within the deepest levels of the government. Check out the trailer for this upcoming coming-of-age sci-fi adventure movie starring Richard Kind, Casper Van Dien, blah, 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 a bunch of other people. Yeah, I think that's too much to put in a movie. I think it's just too much. Look, if you were going to do a TV series, this sounds awesome. But they're going to peel back the layers. Okay, so you got the government agency, right? Then you got the unexplainable. I'm seeing ghosts here. UFOs. Now, maybe it's all aliens and I'm just misinterpreting some of it. Okay, so let's let's give him the benefit of the doubt. It's all aliens. He's really exploring these aliens. Okay? So that could work. But it's saying mysterious paranormal events around Southern California and are unexplainable. See, that to me, they just say aliens, right? So, I mean, you're going to have supernatural and aliens or UFOs. It's kind of one or the other. And if you're going to put both, like, what are the aliens ghosts? Are the aliens from another dimension? I mean, like, you can't just jam 5 seasons of the X-Files into a movie. It's not going to work. It's too much. I like the premise, but I like these kinds of premises all the time. And it's not like I haven't seen them before. I mean, I like it. It's a great, I think, not great, but a good premise for a TV show. You could do a lot with it. Obviously, I like it. I write the Pineys. It's very similar in that vein. It's in that vein, a cast of characters that, end up fighting the unknown or exploring the unknown or whatever. But this is Southern California, so I'm not seeing, like, if I wanted to see stuff from Southern California in the paranormal area, first of all, I can't even think of anything supernatural in that realm other than the Chupacabra, which is really Mexico, but it's close enough. You could see the Chupacabra coming there. Maybe like ghost miners from like the Miner 49er kind of deal. Ghost gunfighters, something like that. But they kind of don't tip their hand of what it is, except in this synopsis. But then the characters talk about UFOs and government stuff. This talks about government stuff and mysterious paranormal events. What does that mean? It can mean a lot of different things. And it says Monsters of California. That's the title. So, I mean, are we throwing in Bigfoot here? Is it going to be Bigfoot, ghost, urban legends, aliens, UFOs, government conspiracies? Don't you think that's a lot for a movie? Now, you could potentially get away with that in a comedy. Like a balls to the wall comedy. It was just this crazy thing that had every urban legend in it. And you'd be drawing from that, and like Bigfoot's in it, and this cat, all the things. You can even throw the Jersey Devil in it. Everything. You just throw it all in there and make fun of it. But it feels like it's semi-serious, so that's the problem with these movies. If you're going to make it semi-serious, if you're going to say, well, this could kind of happen, maybe, sort of, not really, but yeah, you got to have at least some kind of, common ground here that we could all get on board. When you say Monsters of California, I think of monster trucks or some kind of, raptor or something like that. I don't immediately think, oh yeah, all the urban legends in California we've been hearing about. I just don't think that. Now maybe they do in Southern California, in which case this feels more regional, in which case you probably shouldn't have angled it that way. It should have been broader. I mean, are they trying to launch a TV show based on this? I mean, it feels like it would be a decent TV show, The Monsters of California. You could start with that and expand, right? You could introduce one and introduce the characters and slowly ramp it up, and he could solve the mystery of his disappeared father, and, you could keep running into characters over, they disappear and come back, you don't know who to trust, that kind of thing. It could be like a fun high school version of the X-Files. But you're going to try to do that all in one movie. I mean, they tried to do that, I think it's Super 8, right? That was kind of that sort of movie. Like Close Encounters successfully integrated an event that culminated into a cool event, right? That was successful. This doesn't look that. This looks like it's stopping off to like make jokes at itself. That undermines the seriousness. So, is this a comedy or what? Make it a comedy would be my. If I was consulted on this, I would say you have to make this a comedy. Make this super funny. I mean, they've got plenty of comedic elements here. You got characters with the potential for comedy. You know, and you don't have to go woke. You don't have to go political. You don't have to go anti-woke. You could just do funny bits about crazy, conspiracy theories, and just keep make fun of all of them. Make fun of the people who, are into this stuff. I mean, that's what Mike Myers is attempting to do with the Pentaverant, which I still haven't seen. This seems like it's like, oh, it's kind of serious, and then you got this through line about his father and the mother, and I get it, that's a relationship, but do you have time for that if you're going to jam in paranormal events that tie into a government conspiracy that spans I don't know how many years and time and space? I mean, do you have that kind of time? It doesn't feel like you do. Close Encounters did deal with some of the relationships in the movie with Richard Dreyfuss, and I'm saying this because it kind of has that feel and look to Close Encounters. But Close Encounters was about one particular event that Richard Dreyfuss, first he has a close encounter, and then it kind of changes him, and it puts a strain on him and his family, and he kind of can't let it go, and he sees it out to the end. This just feels like, oh, we're gonna do something cool, man. We're gonna chase the unknown. It's gonna be cool. I mean, you could do that on a TV show because you have the time, right? You have the time to indulge some wacky kids, and in my neck of the woods, there's a million different ghost chaser groups. I'm not kidding. There's like, I would say about a dozen of them. They claim to be ghost hunters, and they'll come to your house and, I don't know, set up a bunch of gadgets that beep, and they'll say, oh, I heard something. But I don't believe it. I think they believe it. They're having fun. I don't care. I don't knock them. I just think it's a little odd to try to start a business like that. But that's a fun premise. It's basically the premise of Ghostbusters. And Ghostbusters was a hilarious comedy. Why wouldn't you make this a comedy? So, I'm sorry to rant, but I'm feeling like this trailer is too serious for its own good. And because it's Tom DeLonge, and look, the direction looks okay. Seems to have a nice look to it for the most part. I mean, he's got sunsets. He's got good framing, I'll say. Got some cool stuff going on here with the cinematography. It looks cool, but I'm not seeing the story, man. And the story's everything. I don't want to sit for 2 hours and watch this and just go, what the hell did I just watch? That's it? So, my advice, do this as a TV show, but it's a movie. So, I don't know. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think I do. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. If you can imagine more bass takes, that's where they are. Check me out at the Mullica Hill Arts and Crafts Show tomorrow. The rain date Sunday, and I'm praying that it won't rain. Pray for me. And we'll see you